What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Sports Mixtape. I am your host this episode. My name is Jimmy, with Brent and Brad. And today,
how are you?
Like every episode that I host, and I say this, we have another great episode for you I'm very excited about.
It's summertime, baby. Nostalgia.
It is summertime, and you could feel it around here. It's hot. But today...
Where's your red, white, and blue this week? You got the red, white, and blue.
There you go. That's it.
You know, one time, I think it was a buddy of ours met Christopher Walken on a cruise, and he told him, the sun is hot. And that's it.
And he was right.
Wow. Wow.
All right, so let's get into it. We're going to do our top 10 90s summer jams. All right, and this is, growing up in the 90s, this is all the songs that you would either burn to a CD or put together a mixtape. And I'm pretty excited about it. It was a lot of fun looking through all these songs and going back and listening to them.
Incredibly nostalgic top 10 this week.
It's going to be my job site playlist for the rest of the summer.
So
these songs.
When you think summertime, like there's a lot of different ways you can go here. You know, part of me was thinking, all right, am I putting a list together if I'm like cruising down the beach road in the Green Dipper with the windows down?
Yeah.
Or am I having... So what I did for mine is I tried to put a little something for everybody on there. This isn't necessarily my favorite songs from the 90s, but this is like if I was having a barbecue.
Okay.
You know, kids swimming out by the pool.
The songs all change depending on what meat you're putting on the grill, you know?
Yes. But there's a little something for everybody in my list, but I will say they all have that very 90s nostalgic feel. But you know what? Researching this was kind of bittersweet. You know, it made me miss the days of TRL and VH1 Top 10 and music videos and
just like a summertime part-time job too.
Yes.
Even just going on LimeWire, whatever weird thing you had, and you picked out what songs you want.
Wrecking your parents' home computer.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that LimeWire did a number on that computer. But yeah, you got to burn your own CDs, make your own personalized playlists.
Well, I want to point this out too. So, you know, I think the last music thing we did was like our 80s Snake Draft, which is iconic. If you haven't seen it, go back in the episodes. It's worthwhile. But we got to talk about all of the different genres in the 90s.
Oh gosh.
It exploded.
You had a few.
Hip hop, R&B, electronic, alt pop, alternative music, rock. I mean, I felt like each generation up to this, you know, in the 70s you had the classic rock and the singer-songwriters. And then in the 80s it was mostly like that synth 80s music. Nowadays things tend to be heavy towards like hip hop, pop influence, but the 90s was like this. It was like this perfect a stew of a little bit of everything.
I was definitely in my hip hop era in the 90s for sure. That was the golden era to me
for sure.
But yes, a lot of great music. Do we want to pick out of a hat? And or do we just want to talk about it?
Let's just roll a top. Let's roll a top 10.
We know what order you're going.
All right, well, we'll just start on the left here, Brad. Why don't you give us
Lefty Louie, huh?
Number 10.
Number 10?
Oh, this is gonna be hard for me because I've
I don't know. All right, I'm
listened
just gonna say this in a general fashion because I'm sure I don't think you guys are gonna have any of their songs. Every you go to your parents' friends' barbecues, everyone had Aerosmith playing at some point. Aerosmith was a great summertime barbecue listening, but I don't have much on my 10 through 6.
All right.
Yeah.
My top 5, I got some stuff on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Aerosmith, for the 90s, you heard them at every barbecue.
And also, wasn't it in the 90s? I mean, you might have to go with that one from the Armageddon soundtrack.
Yeah.
That thing
don't
was
want to close my eyes.
Yes.
I don't want to miss a thing.
Fall asleep. That was a pretty iconic movie.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'll miss you guys. And I don't want to miss a thing.
All right. Can't go wrong with little Steven Tyler kicking off the list.
All right, I'm going to get this one in here. I said I was in my hip hop era, so this one is a very summer song for many reasons to me. But "Party Up in Here" by DMX from 1999.
Yeah. Great one.
You know,
Y'all gonna make me lose my mind.
this was what were we 15, 16 around, and
Way too young to be listening to this.
yeah,
CD.
but this was a song you went to any, like, we had like an all ages club here that you go to that always had a DJ. But anywhere you went, they'd be playing this song, and it was the song of the summer that year. I mean,
What year was that?
1999.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So mine, I'm going just generic. I'm going chalk here. I'm going generic. This was on 104.1 nonstop in the 90s. This was on the VH1 Top 10 nonstop. And to me, it just has that like summer upbeat sound. Do 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 do. We're going Third Eye Blind, Semi Charmed Life. I feel like this is just a summer vibe song. It's a great one to kick off the playlist. We're just getting the grill started, and we got a little Third Eye Blind going. With,
Yeah, I got that on my list. On there.
I'll give it to you guys. You would have that on your list. All right. Well, we're not going. How are we doing?
Nah, just go.
All right, I got
just roll
one.
through.
I got one for you. This one comes from my wife, so I can't get in trouble for this.
Oh, yeah,
one.
right.
This comes from a platinum-haired artist, Cisco, with the thong song.
Oh, yeah.
This is a staple of the '90s summertime. That dong, 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 dong.
Cisco.
Cisco riding around in the truck. I had that CD. I had their first two CDs, as a matter of fact.
Remember that label?
remembers
All the it was like Juvenile.
Who remembers Drew Hill?
Drew Hill, yeah.
The band that Cisco was in before he struck out on his own.
All those album covers though were great.
Oh, yeah.
Are you thinking of No Limit?
No Limit Records.
Oh, yeah, that was a great one. Man. All right. I'm going to do this one from 1995. Summer of 95, baby. Montel Jordan, This Is How We Do It.
Oh, yeah.
If you grew up in the 90s, this was just... You went to school dances.
Every middle school dance had this song.
This was a song, and anyone that grows up probably still knows the lyrics to that. But This Is How We Do It. That is such a summer song to me.
Yes, good choice. I like that there's been no overlap so far. There were so many choices. I was curious to see how many of these are going to overlap.
Yeah.
Or how many will double up. Number 9, I got to go with my love of electronic music here. We're going Daft Punk's Around the World from 1997.
Yep.
This song, Around the World, are the only lyrics repeated 144 times in this song. One of the most incredible music videos. It's so creative. There are 5 different sets of characters in this music video. You have these synchronized swimmers. You have these guys in skeleton suits. You have mummies. You have these guys. It almost looks like someone sitting on top of someone else's shoulder with a mask on. They're these tall guys in track suits. And then you have robots. They're all dancing to the beat, synchronized. They each represent a different instrument. There are 5 instruments in this song, and the dancers each represent a different instrument. This is a dance classic. I feel like this one really like kind of jet propelled Daft Punk into the stratosphere of electronic music, and then you saw the fallout from that afterwards. So yeah, that's my number 9, Around the World by Daft Punk.
It's a great song.
Good one.
Love it. Brad?
All right. Well, I'll bring another dance one back into this, but for now, let's go with Semisonic. Closing Time.
Ooh, good song.
This was the end of the summer song when you have to go back to school. And, Closing Time. Turn all the lights off.
Yeah,
that was my end of the summer anthem of like.
That's
let's gear back up. Get back into sport.
Very 90s
fall
song.
Sports and school.
If you go to a bar in any college town, Last Call.
Yeah,
that's the song that they play.
That's it.
Still a popular
back when
song.
you could go to bars when you're
15,
young in the 90s.
So many of those like 90s songs too like had like almost like a very melancholy feel to the music videos. There was a lot. I feel like there was a lot of angst in the 90s.
And that's going to lead me to this song by a band called Blind Melon. The song is called No Rain.
We got our first double up
From 1992.
Yeah.
just such a good song. Like you just nailed it. Like melancholy, but just the melodies on these are so catchy. That's the thing with these '90s songs. They just made everything so catchy. But this will be stuck in your head all day if you listen to it.
And so this one, I want to talk about this because this is on my list a little bit further down at number 6. Yeah. So Brad and I grew up like with a bunch of uncles. My dad was one of 6 boys, and the youngest 2, probably like 15-ish years older than us. So we would go to my grandparents' house, and they would shared a room upstairs, and we just thought it was the greatest room ever. They had a Nintendo, so they'd still be sleeping probably from a fun night the night before. Mm-hmm. We'd sneak up there, we'd start playing the Nintendo. And I remember they had this CD somewhere in the thing up there, and it had a picture of a girl in a bee suit on the cover of the CD, and she's in the music video dancing around. So yeah, very nostalgic song. And you're right, Jimmy, so many of these songs had such good melodies that just kind of had you bopping your head a little bit to it. So great choice.
Remember that one? Remember that little push button thing they had?
The doll, yeah.
Hooked on a feeling.
All right, I'm going... This is another really retro one to me. This was this band's first big hit. The band got a little popular later on with the Shrek movie series, but their first big hit was a little hidden gem, Walking on the Sun by Smash Mouth.
Yep. Yeah.
This had very retro feel to the song and music video, catchy guitar riff, and another thing I feel like a lot of these 90s songs share, Jimmy, a very catchy chorus.
Oh,
it just stuck in your head all day long. So Smash Mouth's Walking on the Sun from 1997
Classic.
is number 8 for me.
All right, I'm counting this one because I always remember watching this in the summertime, this music video. This is the dance one. This is Fatboy Slim, Weapon of Choice. I think it's on the border of 99, 2000.
Give it to you.
But that's why I mentioned Christopher Walken earlier. This was one of the greatest music videos ever made. And it's just instrumental.
Him just dancing.
Fatboy Slim, did a ton of samples and stuff, and great DJ. But Christopher Walken stole the show with his classical dance moves.
Goat. We need to do an episode of Christopher Walken movie Snake Draft.
Oh, come on. I just watched
Walken.
King of New York the other night.
Just Walken, Pool Hall Junkies. There's so many.
Yeah, there's
so many Suicide King.
Oh,
Christopher Walken's greatest quotes also should be on there.
Yes.
Would you like a glass of champagne?
I would never.
The Continental.
Oh, man.
Yeah, Fatboy Slim had some bangers back in the day.
He might be on my list again.
Yeah.
All right, number 7. I'm going to go with Snoop Dogg 1994 Gin and Juice.
Yeah.
Classic, probably his most well-known song, Gin and Juice. But I was just a 10-year-old lad when this song came out, and I remember hearing it, and just that, I think, kind of started my hip-hop phase right there. Was as a 10-year-old and hearing this song.
Those G-Funk beats where, you noticed them right away.
It was just something that I grew up, my parents listening to all rock music, so this was something that I had not really heard, and here we are today.
And now Snoop is hosting Olympics and just all over.
Who would have thought?
Yeah. You got to get. I think
He's a brand ambassador.
The ideal dream team of like
Shaq, Barkley,
Charles, Jameis Winston, Snoop,
and Will Ferrell.
Gronkowski. Get those guys up there together.
They would you'd never learn anything. They would just be messing around the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my number 7, I'm going with New Jersey's finest here from 1995. The Score album. We're going Fuji La La. Fugees.
All right, good.
This was the lead single on that album, which eventually won a Grammy. One of my all-time favorite hip-hop records. This launched the careers of Lauryn Hill, Wyclef, and Pras. You've got the crickets at the beginning of this song, and then it's that iconic beat. I learned this in my research. This beat was originally made for Fat Joe, but he passed on it, and that's how the Fugees ended up with it.
Sure he regrets that?
You have an all-timer. Lauryn Hill, to me, still, to this day, one of the most talented musicians, artists of all time.
That CD alone is, I could have listed a bunch of songs up that CD alone.
Yeah.
I remember at a middle school dance, I won that album, doing the twist. Never
the
forget
twist.
First Flight, middle school.
All right, number 6.
Let's go with a 1998 classic. Reminds me of the desert, The Way by Fastball.
Oh, nice one. Another 104.1.
Left before the sun came up that day.
Nice choice.
So this was actually written about a couple who went missing in Texas, like in the desert.
Interesting.
And before they hadn't found them once the song was released too, and I think like 13 days after searching, they found them deceased together. But this one, it's a classic summertime. Roll the windows down when you're feeling the heat.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
No, I love that song. Number 6. So this is a song in 1996 that my cousin Thomas used to play in the car as his mother was driving us around. And he used to rap and sing along to this, and she thought it was hilarious because we were two just little white boys sitting in the back of a Jeep. But this song right here, No Diggity by Blackstreet. Classic song, No Diggity, no doubt.
I think Brent had a cassette,
I
the
did.
Blackstreet cassette.
Oh, really?
We used to
Did.
bump to
I had the single.
take turns on the, what was it, a Walkman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when you could buy singles
Oh, yeah.
back at the store?
Yep.
Like if you didn't have enough cash for the whole CD or the whole album, you just cop the single, and it would have like the original, maybe like the instrumental, a remixed
Yep.
version on
We
it.
had
So
a Blackstreet and Mac 10.
yeah. All right. I had No Rain, Blind Melon at number 6, but I'm going to throw in a new one here since Jimmy used that one. I'm going to go with, man, this is tough, but I got to go with Say It Ain't So by Weezer.
Nice.
Sometimes you got to wrestle with Jimmy.
Yeah.
Those are the good Weezer albums back
Yes.
then
Yeah.
in the 90s. Yeah, I
Like,
love
what was the album? It was all blue.
the Blue
It
album.
had all the
Yeah, it's
band
called the
members
Blue
on
Album.
it.
Blue
The
album.
Yeah.
And then the green one was the
Great
green
one.
album.
Yeah.
And then the teal one was the teal album.
Oh, yeah. All right, we're getting in our top 5 here.
Halfway home. We've only had
Is
one
it
overlap.
Top 5 now?
Top 5.
Ah, damn.
You could throw an honorable
We'll do
mention.
some honorable
after.
mentions at the
Yeah,
end
alright.
because I got a bunch of them.
All right. This one goes out to my best friend's dad, Mr. Jones.
Oh, great choice.
Counting Crows, 1993. Frontman at Counting Crows. What a unique voice too.
Yeah.
That guy had.
Adam Duritz.
And they're still touring. They've been
Yeah.
playing for a long time. But yeah, Adam Duritz. He goes and with one of his band members from an old band, Marty Jones. They go and get drunk at a bar in San Francisco because they were there to watch Marty's dad, who was a flamenco guitarist, play music that night. And they were joking about, their failures with women and wrote this song. But this one, I mean,
classic.
once you hear it, it's like the lyrics are instantly cemented in your head.
Yeah.
And you remember it forever.
That's the thing with these 90s songs. They were so catchy, they were easy to memorize, and 30 years later, you still remember them. If you guys haven't yet, there's an awesome HBO documentary about the Counting Crows and the lead singer and how they just got super famous overnight. And
That's
how
what-
it like really messed with them a little bit.
Well, this
like,
song's about
exactly.
like instant fame
Yeah.
and
How it really kind of like, not being able to go out to eat or not being able to go places, like really kind of messes with you a little bit. That's a great pick for the playlist. Someone needs to make this playlist of all these songs for the next summer barbecue.
All right, cracking in the top 5, coming in at my number 5. This is from 1997, the Notorious B.I.G. The song is called Hypnotize. This to me is just, you're going to have this on any playlist that you made in the, from that year forward. On every summer playlist. It's just a classic B.I.G. song, and really one of my favorite hip hop songs ever.
Number 5 for me, I'm gonna kind of stick with the hip hop, more R&B genre for this one. This is one of the most incredible music videos, so ahead of its time. They spent so much money on this music video. This is a cautionary tale, this song, about chasing dangerous things. Give me 1995's Waterfalls by TLC. T-Boz, Left Eye, and Chili.
Look, it's funny you have this on your list. I'm riding my bike down the bike path the other day, and here comes this tricked out Virginia plate pickup truck, all blue lights under it. It's got hydraulics and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was, gonna knock this thing at first, but then he comes blaring Waterfalls by TLC.
Yeah.
Hey, you're all right. You're all right.
Do you guys remember? So obviously the song is like this messaging about like the first part. It's kind of a sad song. The mom is like, the son gets involved in making money selling drugs, ends up dead, and there's all these like lessons involved in the thing. But do you remember the part of the music? This is back before when they first really started spending money on music videos. Do you remember the part when all 3 of the women in the band are like water? They're like a silhouette of water in the waterfall, like singing and whatever. It was almost like a scene from Predator, but for a music video.
Mm-hmm. That's why you don't go chasing waterfalls.
That's right.
All right, number 4.
All right, I got an album again.
The whole album.
This one's a whole album. Yes, this was a whole 2 summers of I'd listen to nothing but this album. Going back to Mr. Jones, my best friend, I was fortunate enough to be adopted into his family, so they took me on trips with them.
Took you to a few Red Wings games?
So we went to Disney World in Orlando, and this is probably summer of '98 or so. But we end up at a Radio Shack or something. It's like, well, I'm going to get a new CD. But it had been out for a couple years. But this is Green Day's Dookie album.
Oh, man. Classic.
A ton of great Basket Case, When I Come Around,
Nimrod.
Welcome to Paradise.
Yeah.
But that whole album was great. And it was the introduction of pop punk into the mainstream. They won a Grammy for this. Great album.
Did Jimmy ever tell you about his former career as a Green Day cover band drummer when he was back in middle school?
We tried in middle school. We had a little band.
You didn't make it to Paradise.
We strictly did 90s Green Day Nirvana covers. And by strictly, I mean each CD that they had at the time, and we weren't very good. But
this was a classic album art on the CD cover.
Oh, yeah. Great CD cover.
Awesome cover.
That was another thing. You got the books out of the CD, you memorized the songs, you looked at
but
the
it had
lyrics.
all the lyrics, so you actually knew what the lyrics were.
Yeah, you weren't guessing, or you weren't, saying the wrong thing.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, I'm going to have to do it. This is from 1995, Wonderwall by Oasis.
Oh, man, yes.
This is just a song, a great song. Came out, Oasis was on top of the world around that time. Everyone hates them now. But
it's one of the best SNL skits ever with Will Ferrell. And it's like the pompous, the House of Representatives, but in England, he's like, Oasis is the greatest band. It's a good one.
But yeah, they had a couple big songs.
They had a good run, man.
But Wonderwall to me is just,
I think this was everyone's first song they learned on guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
You had Wonderwall, you had Champagne Supernova, and you had my personal favorite, Don't Look Back in Anger.
Yeah.
That was a pretty solid run they had.
Yeah, I think they just got back together, Oasis, but I think they still hate each other.
I think they played somewhere recently.
I think they're on tour, pretty sure.
All right, my number 4, I'm going with one of my favorite bands of all time. It's kind of an underrated one. This comes from 1994. It's my number 4. The name of the album is 4. We're going with Blues Traveler, Hook.
Oh,
this song is...
This reminds me of a particular summer.
This is a brilliant song and music video.
Yeah.
So what John Popper did... First off, who doesn't love a good harmonica? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
This is a satire of what we're talking about, all these catchy 90s songs. John Popper was basically saying if you just have a good melody and a hook, you can sing about anything you want. It'll be popular.
It's a good thing his album came with lyrics, too.
And he proved it with this song, because if you go look at the lyrics in the music video, it's all about that you just you put something to whatever kind of beat. Great music video, and to me, such an underrated band. I love Blues Traveler.
How awesome. We got to see him at Roanoke Island Festival Park.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're I got one of their songs on my list. I haven't decided if they're going to crack the top 3.
All right. I guess I'm finally going to break into the old school hip hop.
Top 3.
Let's take it back to 91 with DJ Jazzy Jeff and Will Smith. Well, the Fresh Prince then.
Yeah.
When he was still actually good. Summertime, 91. They pulled this. This was another sample pulled by the old classic Summer Madness by Kool and the Gang. This summertime.
Yep.
But this was like the true barbecue. The whole music video, I think, set around a barbecue in the summertime. Probably outside of Philly, right?
You can't go wrong with a song named Summertime for a summertime playlist. Yeah, and around that time,
we were watching Fresh Prince at that time, too.
Yeah.
Hey, and I mean, it came years later, but don't sleep on that Will Smith "Getting Jiggy with It" album.
Hey,
after his
Miami.
his Men in Black success, where he re-released the solo album again.
Yes.
Oh man, this is all right. This would be tough because I still have so many songs, but
I know.
I'm gonna go with.
That's a good one right there.
Yeah, that's a great song. I can't. That might. I'm gonna go. All right. I'm gonna go with "Crossroads" by Bone Thugs and Harmony from 1996.
Such a unique sound.
The amount of CDs that I had this on that I had just burnt over time. But yeah, there's a great Bone Thugs and Harmony song, and like I said, the summertime, just riding around listening to this type of music is very nostalgic.
They had such a unique sound. The four of them. All right, my number 3. Again, I had an older cousin. Brad and I had a couple older girl cousins up in Jersey who
I know what this is.
We just thought were cool. They were a couple years older than us. My cousin Aubrey had this album. I loved this album. I remember going to Kmart, I think, to get it. 1995, I'm going Spiderwebs by No Doubt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
This was the opening song on the Tragic Kingdom album, which was a classic. No Doubt had a ska influence. It was like a mix between ska and punk, and then you had this lead singer who had an awesome voice. For me, it was between this one and what was the other ballad that they had? It was also played at all the middle school dances. Don't Speak. Those were the two big ones from this album. But yeah, that was such a unique band.
Yeah, I mean, look, No Doubt, they kind of brought that pop punk to the forefront.
Yeah, the way they dressed was like
everything. And look, you're right. They were very cool back then. Like you saw her. They dressed cool.
She would have that little like diamond like thing in between her eyebrows there, and always be wearing some sort of like edgy outfit.
Yep.
You reminded me of one. I'll give it in the honorable mentions, but you're gonna laugh at that one.
It's got to be La Bouche or something.
You'll see.
All right.
Back to me.
We still have only had one crossover.
No one's had Sublime yet. Come on, guys.
Not yet.
I know.
96, Summertime. Originally, Doin' Time is the original release name of the song. But, yeah, Summertime When the Living's Easy. So they sampled this from a old classic lullaby from an opera back in the day. The Gershwin is George Gershwin's opera, Porgy and Bess. But they had to agree in order to legally obtain this sample that they would change the name or change the lyric from Doin' Time and the Living's Easy to Summertime and the Living's Easy. That's how the whole thing got restructured.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sublime had a couple summertime, like Santeria would have been one you could have
Santeria.
gone with.
Yep.
I Got was another like classic
Oh
you could have
yeah,
gone with.
they just had that summertime vibe.
That long
everything they wrote.
yeah.
Yeah. Yep. The Reef.
Bad Fish.
Bad
Another
Fish,
great
yeah.
Just a
summertime
bunch
one.
of great summer songs. All right, number 2 for me. This is a core song for my formidable years when I was younger, and that is "Down" by 311 from 1996.
Brad had this
I
album.
love this
Yeah,
album.
Brad had
This
one.
just
The blue cover.
yeah.
Yeah.
So 311, used to be just huge, and I know all of us when we were younger used to listen to them
I was
nonstop.
listening to them today on the job. Actually,
But "Down" by 311 is probably my favorite 311
Yes.
song.
311 puts on a great show too. There's so many 311.
this was one when you were on the activity bus heading to a game. It's
a great workout
You
song.
put this
Yep.
on to get pumped up before
Yep.
you got off the bus.
This one's still on a few workout mixes that I
yeah.
have. Great choice.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to dip back into the hip hop well. We're going 1990. Can I Kick It by A Tribe Called Quest. This samples Lou
Yeah.
Reed's Walk on the Wild Side. The only way Lou Reed agreed to let them use this song was that they would never make $1 off it. He got all, and still gets all the,
That's
his
crazy.
estate gets all the royalties off of this song. Q-Tip and Phife Dawg. This song
Can I
has
Kick
such
It?
a mellow, laid-back beat with two incredible lyricists just spitting over it. An ode to some of that like classic East Coast hip hop.
Number
Alright,
one.
Top Dog.
All right, we're going back. We're going punk again. Okay, punk rock, and this goes back to Riding in the Green Dipper. Windows down. Everyone's singing at the top of their lungs. This is a brotherhood anthem.
Oh,
Bro Hymn.
Oh, yeah.
Pennywise.
Yeah.
All right. This was another just feel good, pump yourself up song. This was all about the friends that this band had lost. There was 3 of them. In the original song, there's an iconic line where they name their friends and say, "This one's for you." Now, sadly enough, the bassist who wrote the song died later on by suicide, and the band reconstructed the song, re-recorded later on to honor him, and they changed that line to his name, and this one's for you. But Pennywise was just get your blood flowing punk band, man.
There's a lot of-
They had a bunch of good hits.
yeah.
There was a lot of punk being played in that old pickup truck.
Oh,
You
gosh.
kind of tricked me. I thought you were going to go with the Blink 182 one.
Nah,
Well, that's what I'm going
That's
with for
not
number
punk.
1.
Pennywise is punk.
For my number 1, 1999, All the Small Things by Blink 182.
Great song.
Same thing. I can't tell you how many CDs I had burned with this song on there. Listened to it for multiple summers. Still a great song. And I just saw Blink 182 live the last summer, and they were absolutely amazing. So they're going to take the number 1 spot. All the
Nice.
Small Things.
All right, my number 1, let's face it, I could have had a top 10 of just this band. Shout out to my good buddy, Chris Wiggs. We're going Red Hot Chili Peppers, Under the Bridge from 1992. This is an iconic song, one to roll the windows down, cruise to. This is about Anthony Kiedis' battles with drug addiction and sobriety, an ode to the city that he grew up in. Little fun fact here. So up until this point in this album, the Chili Peppers were known for like high energy funk music.
You have Flea on stage, it's going to go crazy.
Yeah, high energy funk music. Rick Rubin actually produced this album, and he found the lyrics to the song in Kiedis' notebook, and he's the one that encouraged him to turn it into a song. And this really kind of shifted the direction of the band a little bit. Like they would always still have that, bass heavy funk influence in further music, but they really started making some songs like Scar Tissue and By the Way and Californication that had a little softer vibe to them. So yeah, Under the Bridge, Anthony Kiedis, 1992 Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, that's you combine these. That's a great '90s playlist.
Yeah. Someone's got to put
All
it
right.
together for our next cookout. Rattle
Yeah.
off some honorable
Real
mentions,
quick,
though, 'cause I
I'm
got a
surprised
bunch.
neither one of you had this song on there, but let's go Ghetto Boys, Damn It Feels Good to Be a Gangster.
That's a good one. Yeah.
That was a great summertime jam.
I had
so many good songs.
Two Princes by Spin Doctors is
yeah.
a great song.
But here's the one when Brent mentioned our older cousins who introduced us to stuff when we were little. I remember this very vividly because I stuck a fork into a socket and shocked myself. I think I was only like probably 3-4 years old, but I remember this so vividly. They had How Bizarre
How Bizarre
by
How
OMC.
Bizarre.
It was a New Zealand
Yeah.
group, and it was
Yep.
riding down the freeway in the hot sun. That was a great summertime music video. They were in the convertible riding down the road.
Another one that reminds me of Brad, because I think he had this CD. How about Tub Thumping by Chumbawamba?
Yeah.
You remember that one? You had Britney Spears.
Chumbawamba
Baby-
album was great,
Britney
man.
Spears, Baby One More Time, Christina Aguilera, Genie in a Bottle.
Oh, yeah.
You had Tupac's Changes, which I think was such an awesome Tupac song. It sampled the Bruce
Yeah.
Hornsby song.
Here's my sentimental side. Remember Train, Meet Virginia? That was a good summertime
That was on
jam.
104.1. How about Sugar Ray's Fly? with
I almost
Supercat?
put that on there.
Was
I had that
great.
CD. We
Rosa Parks by Outkast. That was Outkast flavor.
and Outkast. There was another great Outkast song, but we did. There's a lot of hip hop. Yeah, forgot
yeah.
about Dre by Dr. Dre and Eminem. My Name Is by Eminem. Gone Till November, Wyclef Jean.
Yep.
Hard Knock Life by Jay-Z. Mo Money, Mo Problems, B.I.G.
You guys-
Nothing But a G Thing.
Yeah, I mean, that was like the golden era of hip-hop. You guys
There
remember
you go.
The Sign by Ace of Base?
Oh, yeah.
Classic 90s song. How about, this had more of that breezy summertime vibe, Steal My Sunshine by Len. They were a
Yep.
one-hit wonder. Could You Steal My Sunshine? And then we got to give some credit to this one, too. This was another roll down the windows one. Tom Cochran's Life is a Highway.
Life.
Great summertime,
Yeah.
tune.
Let's take it back and get pumped up again. Don't forget about Rage Against the Machine.
Oh,
Bulls
yeah.
on Parade,
Yeah.
summertime.
Oh, yeah.
Killing in the name
Screaming
of-
out the windows.
Yeah. And then one other one, I had this on my list. I took it off for the Blind Melon one. But again, just a classic mid-90s summertime song. You guys remember What's Up by Four Non-Blondes?
Oh yeah.
What's going on?
I just saw them last summer live.
Really? Still getting after
And
it, huh?
she teased that song for about 5 songs, and it was so hot out. And then she would play. She'd go, "All right, now here's for my new album." She kept on playing new music, and I said, "I can't
Gave
listen.
up.
I can't wait around for it."
We'll
You can't-
take it back to TLC too. No Scrubs was a good one for summertime.
Yeah.
Creep.
Spice Girls were huge in the 90s.
Yep.
Backstreet Boys and
Yep.
NSYNC were huge in the 90s.
Ricky Martin.
Yeah. Dude, that song was huge.
Huge.
Mambo number 5.
Yep.
Yes.
How about that?
You cannot have a 90s without some Mariah Carey fantasy on it, too. There's, again, so many different genres that we talked
I
about
know,
here.
it's
And I
crazy.
feel like for each band that we picked, whether it was Sublime, Third Eye Blind, some of the hip-hop ones, you could have picked multiple songs
Oh,
to
yeah.
have on this list. So.
Mine was more of songs that I listened,
Yeah.
that I had on, like,
I think
CDs or
mom
mixtapes.
always had like Jewel or Sheryl Crow playing.
Who Will Save Your Soul? Sheryl Crow, another
Yep.
one. Ton of 90s hits on
Yep, Alanis
104.1.
Morissette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huge summertime 90s hits.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, well, drop in the comments what will be on your summertime 90s playlist.
Who
There's
did
a
we
lot
miss?
more.
Yeah,
a lot
who did we
more.
miss?
Yep.
All right. Appreciate you guys joining us, and we will catch you next time.
Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July.